This is Karthik Rayala, and I'm going to explain my methodology in my present project, which I'm using in the present project, named called Cross Platform Personal Finance Management (PFM) application. And let's dive into this. Like I'm exploring in the research paradigm, it's also like design structures. Like when it's come to the methodology section, this platform uh, this platform which I'm developing is a systematic approach using the investigation and the challenges and also the opportunities developing in the users interfaces, like across the whole cross platform finance management. Well, we'll explore the research paradigms and the design structures, samplings and instruments, procedure and much more. And it also applied to the ensure that our study is a robust and replicable and ethical sound. This overarching goal is enhancing personal financial tools by improving user engagement and the platform consistencies and the financial literature supports across the devices. And when it's come to the overview of this project, uh, like uh, the research adopts a mixed method of the paradigms. Like it's the combination of the qualitative and the quantitative approaches to capture the user's faces with the current PFM methods and the PFM method apps, like what the methods using by the present apps. And the primary motivation stems of the user experiences, with the current PFM apps, especially when switching between the Android and iOS devices. Like it's combining of the empirical data with iterative app development, and we also seek to design the validation of the solutions that not only tracks like the financial thing, and it also identifies the data and the tools integrated into it, and the design aligns with the ultimate goal of the enhancing user experiences with the platform. This is my overview. And when it's come to the research design and approach, the methodology which I have chosen for this study is a mixed one, as I said earlier, and it also includes the design science framework, which allows for the continuous refinement to the applications based on the user feedback. And there are the two phases which the study unfolds: the initial app design and also the usability testing. For these are followed by the users feedback of analysis the users feedback, yeah. And alternative methodologies such as a pure entertainment and the single case studies. And this experiment lacks flexibility for alternative reinforcement. The cases studies design of the science approaches and the users feedback and it fits for the best, because it supports most of the and development in the real world applications and the solutions, and also it aligns with the fintech practices, allowing us to evaluate both of the usability and behavioral impact of the app using the dynamic usage environment. So this is all about the research methodology, like where I'm getting the data and how I'm approaching them. And when it's come to the population, that we are mainly focused on the young adults. Those are from the 18 to 35 who uses mobiles very apparently. The demographic known as a high smartphone adoption and the frequently usage for mobile phones. So we just focused on those age groups, and like uh, and and it also get it on the both iOS and the Android devices. And the requirement it carried out like via university mail test and GitHub and fintech communities for the quantitative portion. Like around 120 participants will be included, and based on the statistical feedback, and it's all about like 20 will be participated in the quantitative interviews like for the feedback. This target, so basically it's targeted for the people in between 30 18 to 35. To the data collection, the data which I combine like the primary data collection tools and much more surveys and the feedbacks like including surveys, interviews and the usability logs. I gather the both uh, perceptual and the behavior algorithms, and for, as I said, the quantitative and the qualitative approaches. When it's come to the qualitative, instruments are built in the Qualtrics and the draw from the established models, which it's like the I have taken it from the existing applications which the users using now, and it also perform the expectancies and behavioral intentions. And when it's come to the qualitative analysis, it's semi-structured interviews and the usabilities of the users templates, uh, and it's also more about the user experiences, and it also include the informed consents source data handling, and it was strictly followed. Basically I have approached the users like a few of my cousins and uploaded it based on the applications what they are using now. Come to operational definitions of variables. We define the measures of both independent and dependent variables to support empirical analysis. Uh, it's like a dependent variable compares users agreements and behavioral changes and task completion rates. These are assessed through the combination of survey instruments and the system logs. And for example, like user engagement is measured through the average sessions, like feature usage and the goal completion rates. These compensation variable frameworks and allow us to link app features for the directly for the outcomes of financial behavior and technology acceptances. Search follows a multi-phase uh, patrol that ensure reliability, replicability, and alignment with ethical standards, requirement and the concepts like the financial habits and the tech use. Then they got the install the application and interact with the nudging and educational features the several for the several weeks, and all the data from the survey and the system logs is consolidation and analyzed systematically. It's also used for the data shortages and for the approach balances methodologically rigor with the capability and the adaptability of the users feedback and technical challenges. Quantitative data, the SPSS will be used for the perform descriptive stats and for the correlation analysis and multiple regressions and sympathetic and much more. For the qualitative data, interviews will be transcribed and coded in NVivo. So use the thematic analysis grounded in the model like TAM and also nudging theories. Finally, the both datasets will be regulated the identity and covering patterns, which the validation gives the historical of understands in a system performance. The analytical energy is like a key advance for the mixed method approach. When it's come to the assumptions, it's very hard to maintain the internal consistency in our study, but first we assume that the participants will be engaged honestly with both of the applications and the survey tools. Like we offer confidentiality to the right at withdraw, and second we pressure for the validate of the TAM and UT constructs. Then they have been extensively validated in the prior technology acceptances researchers. Then we assume the participants as like a digital literature to the effectively use mobile application cross platform. These assumptions are like critical to interrupt the data reliable and ensuring the data remains grounded user capabilities. And the study acknowledgements of the several limitations. First, purpose sampling limits generates that other age groups or less digital active populations. Like I said before, 18 to 35, that's the 3 week, that's big, like the time period of the general usages period. It's a 3 week and it's too short to observe the long term financial behavioral changes. So it's relying on the self-reporting data introduced and the risk of the social describability bias. And while these strategies don't eliminate all the limitations, they significantly enhance the study credibility and relevance of its findings. Well, it's mainly focusing on the delimitations. The young adults 18 to 35 using Android and iOS smartphones, excluding other age groups of the mobile platforms. This also aligns with the research goals and optimizing tools for the tech survey users, and it also for the ethical perspectives. The studies of IRB standards and informed constraints, the secure data and the encrypted ones, and the cloud-based only authorized personals can access this information and the data collection in the federal data collection procedures. Yeah, and thank you for all your attention about this methodology chapter, that's which includes in my the whole methodology of my project. And the PFM app, it also integrated with the mixed methods as I said earlier for the qualitative and the qualitative, and the design science and ethical research practice enables us to develop a test of a solutions that can be used by the users and transform the personal finance management and experiences. And thank you.